Flight, freeze, flee, or fawn. What's your style? How do you deal with fear? My response typically is to flee. I shut down, I run away, I procrastinate, which is why I'm making this video in my pajamas. I made the last video in my pajamas. Since I'm doing this new thing of content creating, my pajamas are my comfort. And so I tend to flee when I'm afraid. I started because I was inspired by the Justin Baldoni case. I was inspired by a lot of the world news, the conspiracy theories and stuff. It all started with the Justin Baldoni case. And I started looking at content creators, of course, because we all know that legacy media doesn't report on things that they don't want to report on. And so I started looking at the case, and then it sent me down a rabbit hole of all these other things. I started paying attention to news that wasn't being reported. There was drone activity like crazy. Have you all heard about the drone activity that was going on in January? Actually, right after the election in New Jersey is where it started being reported by random citizens. Anyways, tons of drones flying and nobody had answers, and the legacy media wasn't reporting on it. Of course, the Justin Baldoni case, legacy media wasn't reporting on it. It really inspired me to get going into content creating, because there were a few creators who were inspiring. Their personality, I love their authenticity. Elsie, Elsrich, The Court of Random Opinion, Daily Dose of Donna, Dave Neals, Candace Owens. She was the first timeline I watched, really in depth. Popcorn Planet, Redacted News, for an alternative news source, because I really haven't turned on cable since then. I was inspired to get involved, even through the process of feeling like there's so many voices, why add mine to the mix, right? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm of a certain age that I didn't grow up with technology, and I basically used Facebook, Instagram, the basics, YouTube, the basics. I didn't understand it when my kids would sit around and watch YouTube, and I said to them, how can you guys just sit around watching YouTube all day? And now I'm a YouTube mom. So I watch YouTube. I watch my content creators. I